So next thing we're going to talk about is A.J. Brown. I don't know if you guys saw on Monday Night Football. A.J. Brown was forced to change cleats. So he opened up the game in some tennis ball style Volt Nike Vapor Edge 360 Pro 2s. They are up on the screen right there. Look how bright these are. These things were absolutely ridiculous. You could not miss them on the field. The second I saw them, I'm like, oh, I have to post about this. This is ridiculously bright. And then by the end of the first quarter, he had switched out and he was wearing these black Nike Vapor Edge 360 Pro 2s. He still has the neon mouth guard at the top, which kind of cool. But the broadcasts, like the announcers, they suggested like, oh, AJ Brown switched out of those bright cleats because it was a slippery, Tampa Bay field. I think they have grass down there. So they said, oh, maybe he switched into some detachables. But if you look closely at those cleats, that's the Edge traction plate. That is the exact same traction plate that was on the green ones that he was wearing to start the game. So it looks like the NFL forced him out of the neon green cleats, which is lame because it's really cool. And I feel like it should be allowed because it's green. The uniforms are green. I feel like yeah, it's very bright and it's not really uniform with the uniform, but like it's cool. So come on. So I think the NFL forced him to switch. What do you think?
I okay, so my gut reaction when I saw these was, do you remember, or you might have missed it, but there was a clip when the Eagles had a joint practice earlier in training camp and he was wearing bright pink cleats.
Yep.
And he said, "Oh, I'm wearing these today because my daughter's here, and so she can find me." I wonder if it was something similar. Like, I wonder if it was one of those things where it's like, say for Philly versus Tampa, like maybe that's one of the games where she can travel down to because you're just headed south and it's not across the country, so it's easier for her to get to, or however it works for these guys getting their families to game. And so I wonder if it was one of those kind of things where he tried to go bright just so his daughter could see him, and then no fun league came down.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree. I meant to actually include that. But yeah, it's definitely, I think he wore them so his daughter could see him play football. I used to do a similar thing with my family. I would always wear like all white cleats and they'd be able to find me on the field easier. So it's kind of the same thing. But do you think the NFL forced him to switch?
Yeah.
You think so? Yeah. That's too bad because, I guess the NFL really does stand for no fun league. Because, they're green cleats with a green uniform. Like, I feel like it should be allowed. I don't care if it's not the same shade. I feel like it should be fine.
I think the issue you'd find is people could bend that rule so easily. Because you could very easily say, oh, someone on the Cardinals can wear pink because like pink is a shade of red.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then it's like, I don't know. I understand from their side why they have to have rules on this stuff so it doesn't get out of control.
Yeah.
And I don't love the look personally in the NBA when you see like a dude on the Rockets running down the floor with like neon yellow, neon green, basketball shoes. So it's like, I understand why they have to have some standard. But yeah, this is 100%. This is them making a call.
Yeah. Do you think
and he had backups? Like he knew, like he had backups ready.
Do you think the NFL kind of suggested to the broadcast, like, hey, maybe say like A.J. Brown switched because of the slippery field, even though it's the same traction plate? Do you think they had a hand in that as well?
I didn't think of that. Personally, I would say. I want to say no, but maybe that's not giving the NFL enough credit that they're deep into this thing.
They're shady. They're onto these things.
But they always I don't know. Do you remember in the Super Bowl? It's like they switched to. Maybe they just thought like black cleats, like, oh, basic cleats, like they're black, so they're probably going to be boring, like detachables, like when Jalen switched to his Jordan 1s, the black ones in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, it's an honest mistake. Like when I first saw him wearing the black cleats, I'm like, oh, maybe the NFL made him switch out, but maybe they're detachables. But then I did some research and I'm like, oh, this is the same traction plate.
Yeah. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah. Either way, really cool cleats. Too bad we only got to see him for one quarter.